back. It's going to be a wild weekend in Willoughby. They're gearing up for Pig and Whiskey, and here to explain the barbecue side of the party is one of our good friends here on the show, Brian Bailey from Old Carolina Barbecue. Good to have you here today.
They kept calling me the pig.
Why?
I know, because I'm the pig part of the Pig and Whiskey, right?
Well, I wouldn't mind being the pig then.
That's all right. That's what I'm all about,
because
right?
oh my gosh, you make the best barbecue.
Well, thank you so much.
I mean, that's what you're known for.
Thank you so much, yes.
And I know
yes.
that's why they have you there.
It is such a great event. This is the second year of the event. You know that, right? First year was only 2 days, and it was so popular they went 3 days.
They extended it.
Yes.
So what does that mean they're going to extend it another day or two this year?
Yeah, you know.
Look at how packed it gets.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a lot of fun. A lot of music. A lot of dancing. All right. So if you come out, be ready to shake your hips a little bit, swing around, have a good time. There's some great bands, great barbecue, and I think a dozen different vendors that are making them. Now we're going to, of course, do our Carolina style barbecue.
So yeah, instead of putting up, we'll stick you doing what you do best. We're not going to put you up on a microphone singing. We're going to have you back
well,
there.
I don't know. Have you heard me?
I don't know. Are you good? Actually, I should have asked that first.
Not at all. Let's get back to the barbecue. This is what I do. I have 100 awards for barbecue.
100.
All right. 0 for singing.
It's all right. Well,
my kids love it. My wife love it. Right? No, they don't. They don't. So we're going to be doing lots of ribs when we're out on site at the event. And what's neat is you can come up and talk to us. Come look at our big smokers. We got a trailer with 2 giant smokers on it. We're cooking ribs all day long. Getting this great smoke ring. I don't know where we're going with that, but when you see that.
What do you mean? We don't know where we're going. I know where we're going. The right direction, right in my mouth.
Yeah. So we're doing a St. Louis cut of rib. We're not doing a baby back. St. Louis has a little more meat to them. We, of course, have all the different sauces. Our sauces represent the areas of the Carolinas. I've got some sweet sauce on it. But yeah.
Now, how long for you when it comes to smoking your ribs? What's your technique that you would like to pass along to others who might be a little bit more of a novice at this?
Well, the secret is always low and slow. Low and slow. You want to cook really between 200 and 250 degrees, between 4 and 6 hours. You can do it in a smoker that you might buy at one of the local grill stores. You could turn your own backyard grill into a smoker. Now we've got those tips on our website at oldcarolina.com. I think we've taught it here before. We'll have to come back and do that one again sometime. We get a nice
maybe
day.
We'll have to. So,
right.
but if you were to suggest that, then what would you
turn
your grill
dry
into
rub.
one?
Right. It's indirect cooking. That's the principle of barbecue. Is going to be indirect cooking. You're going to have heat on one side of the grill. You put your ribs on the other side of the grill. Maybe some wood chips right over the heat. And again, just kind of keep the cover closed and let it go for a long time.
Okay.
So
I
they're
like the
going to
sound
be
of
tender.
this.
Yes. So come on out and see us this weekend in Willoughby.
We'll
share more secrets.
How many slabs do you think you're going to be going through?
Oh my gosh, it's thousands.
Thousands?
It is thousands for sure.
How does one prep and prepare for something like this?
My business partner Tim, he's been getting ready for it. Prepping rub, prepping sauces, working on his dance moves a little bit.
So in between prepping, he's working on the dance moves again. It's all weekend long, and it's not just about the ribs.
We're the pig. How about that whiskey?
How about that whiskey? I'll let him take it away.
Good stuff. Yeah, I want to tell you, those guys know how to make great barbecue. They make great stuff. The beans, all the sides, fantastic stuff. Now we're going to talk about how you wash down that stuff with whiskey, because Whiskey Pete Wagner is here. He's the whiskey ambassador for Brown and Foreman.
Yes.
It's great to have you on the show.
A pleasure.
I got to tell you, I love talking to people who know their stuff. This is a guy who knew his stuff right here, huh?
Jack Daniels himself.
Yeah.
Jack's almost actual size.
That's all. He was a short guy.
Only grew up to be 5'2", had a size 4 shoe. Big in character. Short in stature, big in character.
Now you talk about characters. We've got a bunch of different whiskeys here that you're going to talk about, and you're going to give people a chance to listen to you speak about these this weekend too.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is a 3-day event. I will be speaking Saturday from noon until 1. And the Jack Daniels stage.
The Jack Daniels stage.
The Jack Daniels stage.
We were talking a minute ago about some of the great people who make bourbon in the South, and they all have big personalities themselves, don't they?
Absolutely. There's, with every glass there's a history. With every whiskey there's a story. Jack Daniels is made down in Lynchburg, Tennessee, made by Jeff Arnett, our master distiller. Incredible product. Obviously, you see what we have here.
What's the difference between some of these? I mean, one says honey on it, so okay, it's going to have some honey in it, right?
Absolutely. Well, with Jack Daniels, the first thing you need to know is it all starts off the same. It's all 80% corn, 12% rye, the rest is barley. It all depends on where it is in the barrel house. With Gentleman Jack, you have a marriage of barrels from the bottom floor. That means that it's only going to soak a third of the way into that barrel. Creates a lighter profile. It's smooth. It's soft.
So we're looking at this piece of barrel here. So
That's it.
So it's burnt on the inside, right?
First, it's toasted. We are the only whiskey company that actually makes its own barrels. Out of all the whiskeys in the world,
So you have your own Coopers.
We actually have 2 cooperages. We have one that is just for Jack Daniels. First, we toast it. That gives it that caramel flavor, that vanilla, that sweetness, and then it's charred. That's that fire that you see.
So when you first make this whiskey, it's clear, isn't it?
It is clear. It's white dog. We call it new make. There's no dogs in our portfolio. So yes, first it's clear. American whiskeys will get 100% of the color, 60 to 70% of the flavor from the barrel itself.
Okay, people talk about that angel share too. So
Yes.
the whiskey vapor actually goes all the way through the barrel and out the other side?
When the weather gets warm, pores open up, whiskey soaks in. Weather gets cool, it tightens up, shoots it back. So as it breathes, you lose between 3 to 7% of the whiskey every year. Picture that. You have hundreds of barrels, and then you're losing 3 to 7% every year. And the way they put it down there, they say the gods gave you the grains, you give something back.
Yeah.
I would never mess with
You could
that.
see it on the trees, the effect from the whiskey.
Absolutely. That's how they used to detect the old shiners. There's a special kind of moss that actually feeds off of the
My uncle
the
moss.
nutrients. Yeah, that's it.
There you
That's
go.
it.
I like that.
So-
So these are the ingredients right here that go into making it, huh?
Absolutely. We have corn, rye, and barley. Corn gives it the sweetness, the rye gives it a spice. Barley's there for scientific reasons. And then right over here, we actually have charcoal. That is what differentiates Jack Daniels from being a bourbon. That is the only thing that differentiates it. To be a bourbon, one of the rules is that you can only add spring water.
Oh.
And Jack Daniels is known for its Lincoln County process. That's the charcoal mellowing. Will actually drip through 10 feet of charcoal. It takes 10 days to get from the top to the bottom. And that gives it that characteristically smooth profile.
I remember when I was at Woodford, man, the guy tipped it over and right out of the bunghole, and the booze comes flying out. The guy hasn't heard. Have a taste of that.
So good, so
Yeah.
good. Full body, barrel strength. You get lots of those flavor profiles in there. Whiskey actually has over 200 flavors that are in it. 200 flavors. And I tell you what, you're certainly going to find one that pairs with that barbecue.
So how do you drink it? You drink it with a little water? They talk about spring water, or they talk about branch water, they talk about soda. What do you do?
You go to a proper tasting, they'll tell you one large spherical, hard frozen ice cube, 3 drops of distillate. I'll tell you what. I am the whiskey ambassador to the company. There's no wrong way to drink
Take
Jack
me to
Daniels.
school.
No wrong way. What we're going to drink today is Jack Daniel's Single Barrel.
Mm-hmm.
What makes this special is it represents the flavor profile of just one barrel. Every barrel has roughly 30 of these staves in it. So as that represents 4 tree farms in 3 states.
Mm-hmm.
As it ages, no 2 trees taste the same. Weird statement, I
So
know.
it's really the trees that are giving it an extra flavor.
Absolutely. Different mineral content in the soil, the water. Again, 60 to 70% of the flavor is coming from that barrel. So with this, no 2 barrels are going to taste the same. If every barrel gets roughly 250 of these bottles, every 250 bottles, the flavor changes. So it's just a way for you to explore. You know it's going to be good. It's Jack Daniels, full body, top floor in the barrel
Is this
house.
guy excited about this or what, huh? Is this great?
I like my product. It's great products, great event, great food.
Okay, so the event, it's going to start Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday,
downtown
Saturday, and
Willoughby.
Sunday. Yes,
There it
sir.
is right there. You're going to get to speak to people. What time of day on Saturday?
Saturday, I am there on stage. I believe it's from noon until 1. And then I'm going to stick around a little.
Yeah. You'd be a great guy to talk to, Whiskey Pete.
It's going to be a good afternoon.
Okay, so let's have a little taste of this baby here.
And cheers.
Great to have you on New Day Cleveland. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's a way to start your morning.
That's smooth.
That's pretty good stuff.